So what I would like each of you to do is click on Create. Okay, so click Create, and this will come up. And we are going to name our sites this way. So first of all, type in your first and last name. And you're going to call this your first name. So mine would be Ben Dykhouse, Computer Applications Portfolio. I will go back and show you those words again. It would probably be pretty important that you spelled this correctly, because in a job interview, or as you're sharing this with someone, spelling errors here would not reflect great on you. And I'm going to put a number behind it because I also created one for first period, and it'll get really confusing if I name them the same thing. So I'm going to put a 2 behind it. I would encourage you to leave that off. Don't put a number behind it. End with the word portfolio. The next thing you can do right now is select a theme. So if you'd click on select a theme, a bunch come up. You can change this later. So you are not married, so to speak, to this theme. Click on select a theme, and there's quite a few. Pick one, and we can always change it later. Once you've selected a theme, remember, that's about how long you should have spent thinking of a theme. Click on Create. And once you've clicked on Create, congratulations, you have your own website that will look something like this. How many of you are to a screen that looks something like this? Okay, is anybody struggling mightily and needs a ton of help right now? Okay, you do. You need help? No. Okay, got it. Good. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to click on the edit page. And now you can edit this. And we're going to call this page. So you should know that when you're using Google Sites, whatever you name in this top box is going to be what shows up over here on your navigation bar. We are going to call this first page your bio or your biography. So call that biography, and if you click Save, we just get in the habit of clicking Save, you are going to notice that that showed up right here. See? Biography. Bam. Now, you can easily toggle between save mode, so this is what the world would see. If you click Save, you are seeing what everybody else would see. If you click Edit, you can change it. Okay? Now, you don't need to put your name in your biography another time because your name is right here. We don't want to be redundant. That's not super professional. Here's how I want you to write your bio. First, give us your birthday. Whoa. Now you all know how old I am. Here's a question for you people. Why, and I don't need to, next thing that I'd like you to do on your bio is just give your living situation as best you can. If you're in between two places, pick one, that's fine. Or you can give as many details as you want. But I'm just going to say very succinctly, I live in Upland with my wife. And again, if we want to really get into a good habit, once you type that, so you can list your siblings, your parents, siblings, grandparents, aunt, uncle, pets I would probably leave out of a professional thing like this. No offense to your pets. Even your favorite gerbil. I just saved it, and now I can see what that is going to look like. Later on, we can play around with the aesthetics. What that means is how it looks. You can make it look more beautiful later if you want. There's more options than you care to ever try here. The next thing that I'd like you to do, if you can, is to add a picture. And the way you would do that is, if you're not in editing mode, go back to editing mode and click on Insert. And you go to Image. Now, here you can give a web address for a picture if it's online. You can find the web address. I have mine right on my computer. I don't know if any of you do, but eventually we want to find a picture, and here's how you would do that. Click Upload Images. I did this last class period, so I have them handy. And I'm going to choose a picture of my family. And I think I want to choose this one right here. Good, I like it. I'm going to keep that one, and I'm going to click on OK. Now what happens is that's just way too humongous. There's no way I want people seeing the up close of my son's funny smile as that is. So the nice thing is, if I just click on the picture, I can change the size. I'm going to change it to a medium size picture, and I think that's pretty good. Now, I actually wanted this to be below my bio, and so I would need to play around a little bit with just how I wanted to change that. This didn't happen first period, the editing issue, but I believe, okay, I want to align it to the left. I would have to play around with that just a little bit. Oh, look at that. How nice. Probably has to do with how I tried to move it. Oh, I bet you I didn't. To make it easier on yourself, make sure you press Enter before you add your picture. There we go. I'm going to add it real quickly again. Oh, how easy. Okay. There we go. Medium. Got it. There's my picture. Last thing I'm going to have you do today is you're going to add some interests. So if you don't have a picture to add now, that's okay. We'll have it added later. Would you add 5 of your interests? And I'm going to ask that you put them in a bullet-pointed list right here. So I'm going to write in parentheses, add 5, because those are my instructions to you. But don't write add 5 on your web page. One suggestion about your interest is this. Let's say you love to go on Instagram and waste lots of time. Great, I like Instagram too. What if, instead of saying that, you framed that a little more nicely? Since this is a professional portfolio, what if you said something like, I love graphic design? We're not being untruthful there. We might just be framing what you're calling wasting time as something that sounds a little bit more professional. Does that make sense? So if you can think of how you might frame, and I can give you some suggestions too, but how you might frame some of those things a little bit better. It's important in interview situations and in professional stuff like this, you just present yourself in the best light possible. So we're not lying. You might just think of reframing a little bit. And I don't think we're even being dishonest. So that's a suggestion.